Welcome to this moment in Black history. This particular moment in Black history took place on the island of Oahu in the state of Hawaii. The year was 1991. The place was Schofield Barracks. In Hawaii during that time, the four biggest bases on the island were Pearl Harbor, Hickam Air Force Base, Kaneohe Marine Base, and Schofield Army Barracks. And there was rivalries between these bases because what would happen was the young sirs, the young brethren, we would come onto each other's bases and we would exploit, plunder, and try to steal the female resources. And so we would all show up on other people's bases and try to see what's happening. And so this obviously did not sit well with the male residents of that particular base. They didn't like it. Let's focus on one of the battle royals of Schofield and Pearl Harbor. So in the Navy, on Pearl Harbor, you had a NATO alliance between the people on sub-base Pearl Harbor, Naval Station, the USS Whipple, the USS Warden, and USS Leftwich, and USS Ingersoll. And we all intermingled. Now, there were skirmishes. There were skirmishes amongst us, ourselves. But when it came to the Army, we would all come together and form like Voltron. And so when you go up there to that Army base, you have to be deep about your business or it might go down. Because we going to get at them female resources. We going to do that. What's the point? What's the point of going back then if you ain't going to try to plunder the female resources? So the gentlemen in the picture that I have here, those are just a small portion, a smidgen of the delegation from sub base Pearl Harbor. To your far left, you have my boy Craig. He represents South Georgia, and then in the middle, standing up, that's Big Art. Big Art was a lunatic, and he was from the mean streets of Detroit, and he was older than us, and he was a street dude, and he was in the program to where, back in the day, you get in trouble, and the judge would tell you either go to the military or go to prison, and he chose going to the military. So that program was, I think they don't do that no more. I don't think that worked out too good, but anyway, let's get back to the story. So the dude squatting now, that's Brian, that's B-Boy. And to your far right, that is Grumpus Marvinius, that's your boy. So we at the Schofield Enlisted Club. That picture is taken from the Schofield Enlisted Club. And again, we have a lot of young sirs with us, but they're not shown in this picture. So we out there in the club maneuvering how we maneuver. They're prowling for female resources. That's what we do. And then unfortunately, one of the Navy dudes came across some female resources that somebody had already claimed. So a skirmish ensued. And let me tell you something about fighting on Schofield Barracks if you're at the Enlisted Club. You already know. You got to get in there. You got to hit them quick. You got to boop, 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 boop. Do what you do and get to your vehicle. Because what's going to happen is somebody going to go back to them quads, back to them barracks back there and send some Lima Charlies or some pops of smoke or whatever the hell the Army do. And then them grunts going to come running out them damn barracks. They going to come falling out of them quads like ants. And that ain't what you want. Because you understand, that's infantry. If they ain't score by the 13, they ain't score by the 13 on the asphalt. They don't give a damn about life. They like, take me right now, Jesus. What else I got to live for? I scored a 13 on the goddamn asphalt. Now, when we were fighting, I was happy to have the people around me that was around me. Because Big Art, you see the picture and you see how he looked. Big Art ran through that crowd like the juggernaut. He was shedding people like they was ants. And all you kept hearing him say, yeah, 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 like a buck in his eyes. And I don't know what that meant. I don't know what that did to the people, but it struck the fear in the hearts of a lot of them people. And then you see boy Brian on the ground. He used to dabble in the arts of gangster disciplism. So he had the ability to call upon that skill set. So he doing his thing. Me and Craig doing our thing. Everybody doing their thing. And let me add this as a side note. I don't know if you ever experienced this. And this probably some Black history too, because I don't think nobody ever experienced this but me. I don't know if you ever seen somebody fighting and they getting their clothes ripped off them, and then it be your clothes they wearing. Because if you look at that damn suit that Brian got on, my goddamn suit. And I ain't having one like that. And I ain't had no money. We'll eat nothing. I'm a slick sleeve. I ain't got no damn money. And I let him wear my damn suit to the club, and he got to fight me and tore it up. And I'm sitting there watching it. As I'm fighting him, I know, goddamn, there go the jacket. Oh, the shirt. Oh, nigga. So that's a part of Black history too. Well, at this particular night, we was doing what we were doing, and it was getting too good for us. About a good 13 of us, we lagged behind. And then we get surrounded. And then my boy Corey from Oak Cliff, anybody know anything about people from Oak Cliff, they want all the smoke. They want all of it. They desire it. They need it. They need it in their life. Corey had a 38 pistol with number 2 bullets in it. I never forget. I used to tell him, you're going to make 2 of them pay. I don't know what we're going to do after that bullets. And I remember, he pulled that damn gun out, and he pointed at all them soldiers, and he said, get back before I lay y'all dog ass down. I never get that. I never get that. At the time, I had never heard anybody say that. I said, that must be Oak Cliff talk. See, if you don't know what Oak Cliff is Oak Cliff is a city that's affiliated with Dallas, right by Dallas. So he said, back, I'm going to lay y'all dog ass down. The Army dude's like, oh, shit, he got a pistol. And then they scattered. So by now, the MPs been caught. And a lot of them had the dogs. They had the military dogs. And at some point, I don't even know who was fighting who. It was so many people fighting to where I couldn't even tell who was Navy and who was Army. And so the MP gave a couple commands, and they didn't stop. He let that dog loose into that crowd. Well, the dog made a beeline for the biggest dude there. And to this day, it's an argument. We don't know if that dude was Army or he was Navy. We have no idea who he was, but I know he was one of the biggest son of a bitch I ever seen in my damn life. And that dog grabbed him by his arm and was shaking his arm. And that's when I seen it. That's when I witnessed the Black History moment that I'm about to tell y'all about. Now, if you ain't know anything about history and Black history, you know, Black folks got a tumultuous past with German Shepherds. This dude squatted down while the dog had his arms, took his other arm, reached behind the dog's front legs, picked that dog up over his head and boom, slammed him on that damn concrete, and I know he broke something. That dog said, and took off, limping and running off. And I remember for a split second, all the fighting stopped. The Navy stopped, the Army stopped, and the MP stopped. And everybody was sitting there looking at everybody like, well, that's different. What are we supposed to do now? And then everybody just ran. Because what the hell did we just witness? That was all people talked about for months. We don't even know that dude's name. That dude's name became the big motherfucker who slammed the dog. Did y'all remember that big motherfucker that slammed the dog? Mm-hmm. I remember that big motherfucker slamming the dog. That was crazy. So if anybody seen that big motherfucker that slammed the dog, tell him he is a part of Black history.